up on the show, I was not on the Judge Mathis show a few years ago. I was angry. So, that was motivated by feeling like I was wrong, but being walking in unconditional love and balance, not just dealing in lightness, but dealing in the balance of the light and the dark, somewhere in the center, the free man. I'm at that point. Before I moved to this area, I was getting a lot of pulling a lot of the cards about the free man and with the hoodoo tarot. I was pulling the doctor, what is it, the doctor that's balanced with it's called a two-headed doctor, balanced with the dark and the light. So I was pulling that, but I wasn't ready at that time to walk into that energy of this number zero, of the free man. I was pulling that a lot, and that I just had to like break loose and just let it go and just walk into the unknown, get in that uncomfortable zone, get out of my get out of the predictability and get into the unpredictability of what uh, the universe is aligned with and nature, ever changing. Get out of that straight line, the parallel lines, get into the circle, into the spiral. Well, what I've been releasing the last few days is something that has been building up over the years, as far as how I was going to present this message again in a place of healing, in a place of balance to help the collective. And I had to do a lot of I had to do a lot of work, a lot of soul searching, a lot of healing, a lot of forgiveness, a lot of I mean, it's just been a lot of work done to be able to come to y'all and just do those little few minutes on of me talking about my personal life and being authentic. And it's not just about me. It's about the collective. It's not about me or my ex-husband or my kids or this. We are the collective. So it's not anybody's story. Several people. It's several people's story. So it's not about me or me, like I said, exposing anybody. But when you dealing with karmics and stuff like that, and you dealing with spiritual warfare and stuff, you have to understand that um it'll come back in the same way. But the universe is trying to see, have you passed those tests? Do you really realize where you are? Do you know who you are, and have you passed those tests? So if you have, it's not going to affect you. You're not going to be able that. Nobody can stop what the universe has for you. Nobody can stop you. I used to think that. I used to think, well, this person going behind my back, and even if they was doing it in a way of they felt like they was in the right, or they going trying to gang up a bunch of people against me for a cause, I always felt like, that cannot stop you, because whenever it's time, it's gonna happen. Nobody can stop it ain't my message. Nobody can stop the universe. Nobody can stop the divine. Nobody. So, that's all I want to say about that. But I'm gonna stream this because, like I said, I have been balancing out for years. So this is just sums it up. This just sums it up. I was talking with a colleague and stuff about my journey, and they wanted to know, like, they commended me, and I appreciate it for being able to share my story the way I did and be that authentic. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy for somebody to be able to do that, but I'm getting ready to play this, and this gonna sum it up. This is this is the sisters Zane Shiva Zane Terrell, the investigator. Y'all go over there, like, subscribe, and share her information. I let her know I was gonna stream this, but it's Shiva Zane Terrell, investigator. Yes, you can go subscribe, and she's always talking about how to break curses. She's always talking about how to break the curses and stuff like that, and how we can come together as a collective to break these curses and stuff. We can break these curses as a collective that's going on in the industry, just going on with the children and stuff being harmed, and just everything. Like, this lady is wonderful. I support her. I've been a subscriber for a while, but I'm gonna play this. Turn this up.
If you find that this message resonates, leave a comment below. And I want to give a special thank you to all of you who have been donating to my channel. A special thank you to Sheena Arnold, the actress slash comedian. She's been supporting me for quite some time, and I definitely thank you for your contribution to my channel as well. So let's get right into it, y'all. I want to talk.
Tashina Arnold be supporting a lot of people. Tashina Arnold, she supports Black Magic 363. So she support a lot of people. So that's a blessing that she's in, has been in that industry, and she does support people. Yeah. But this came out right on time. Y'all know about, if you saw my stream, if you saw my stream the other days, the days I've been talking about what I've, experienced with going on the Judge Mathis show. I also been talking about how don't get in the way of big mama messages and stuff like that. I came with that yesterday, with the big mama, and how people will try to suppress you and shut you up and stuff like that, and how it's not me doing this, it's not my message, and she comes right with the confirmation. So, and I've been telling, I was told that I got some kind of lashback about, I'm trying to destroy somebody and all this kind of stuff. I've been, I heard that through the grapevine, and that's fine. Like I said, it's I had some family members to let me know that that people been calling and stuff and telling them that I shouldn't be talking about, like, this is my life too. Like, I'm not just talking about my ex-husband, that black male worship stuff. I could have been not been here. I could have been gone. My kids, even my sons. Yes, my sons know about this. Yeah, I've talked with my sons and they are fine with it because they said I can help somebody else. They even got enough. I didn't raise no little punks to be all on mama's side or on daddy's side. They are telling me that they really feel like this information can help y'all as the collective. My children ain't against me in talking about this because they said this, they don't understand how I survived it either. They said they grateful that they not sick. Okay. So yes, my children know what I'm doing. All of them are in support of me. Even the oldest one is supporting me. The oldest one told me I should have been did this and not do it out of a place of bitterness and stuff like that. And they're not against their dad or nothing like that, but they said they tired of this stuff going on in the community, that it's time for people to take accountability. They tell me I chose, they even have told me in times past that I have chose the wrong person and they wish I would have made a better choice, but they understand that I was a child, and then it's a lot of bad choices out here and I didn't know what I was doing. I get that. It's not that I'm being held accountable too. So my children tell me that they don't like the fact of the person that I chose, not because they don't dislike them, but they just said that that's not a family orientated person that would have brought up our what is it? It build our empire. They more like empire building people. They said they're not gonna do this to their children. They learning from what happened with me and their dad. They said they don't want to pass this curse down to nobody. So what they decided to do is, before they bring any children into the world, they decided to be responsible and not even make none, not even do a child like that. They're very mature and very responsible young men and women too. I think I'm grateful that I have grandchildren, my daughter, but my sons, they don't have no children. They said they're not gonna do that to no children. They're trying to figure out who they are and heal and fix themselves. But they said they're not gonna create problems in the indigenous black community by bringing more problems here. Does that mean if they have a child, they don't want to raise a child in this environment and this, the way the world is now. I don't know, with what they experience with me, I don't know if they will ever have children because of what they have. I've been very, very transparent. Like, when you didn't see me up here and everybody wondered where I was and I went off the grid for a while, I was working on my children, working on myself, trying to heal myself and work on my family, being a mother, being nourishing my children, loving my children, love, just being the mother, the nourishing mother, like just feeding them and loving them and holding them and trying to show them what I may wasn't able to show them when I was going through the domestic violence and the abuse and the family, trying to destroy me, and the husband trying to destroy me, the harming the kids, the family trying to harm the kids, the husband trying to harm the children. I mean, I had to go back and regroup them and bring them into my bosom and just show all of them love. That's what I've been doing. I've been loving my family, loving my children, healing my children, loving my grand, just appreciating being a mother. That's what I have. I'm grateful that I have had the opportunity to be at home with my children, not because I was wealthy or nothing, but it's choices that I made to walk away from certain things that was trying to take me away from them, the career, the climbing that ladder. And that's not a bad thing, because we have to have resources in this matrix as women, but it was to the point where those some of those high level positions was telling me honestly out of their mouth, they were sending women that looked like me, telling me I had to choose between my children and those high level positions. And I chose the latter. Yes. And at first it was hard. People don't, I'm being a bumper with y'all. I'm telling y'all the sacrifices and stuff I have made. I was a little upset in the beginning because it was, to me at the time, it seemed like a lot of money, but it was actually not worth it. Not, I would not trade it in anything for being the times that I have spent with my loved ones, with the people that I brought into the world, of nurturing and being able to just, we sit down, as a family, and enjoy each other, and just, a lot of times just not even talking. I've been blessed. I've been highly blessed to be around the grandchildren, the children, and they tell me, they say, it won't always like this, y'all. That's why I'm getting ready to release my. I'm getting ready to start releasing another series of some things to help y'all to come to that place. Because they say, Mama, some children don't even like their parents, but we actually like your company. And you know what? If I don't never get an award, if I don't never get a medal, if don't nobody ever say, "Listen, you ought to, you the ish," and I'm gonna cut out the profanity, because I know everybody don't see things like I see it. I see it like it's not a such thing as a curse word, and um the English language is really just made up gibberish, but other people don't see it that way, and I have to respect how others feel. And like I said, I take criticism, negative and positive, but I also read energy, so I take criticism. So I had one of the elders to tell me that they like my message, but they just didn't like the profanity. And I have people that's watching my material now. Y'all, I ain't gonna sit here and tell y'all that I ain't gonna never slip and say no bad word, okay? Because I honestly been cussing a long time. Even when I was in church and a little kid, I would cuss, and I learned how to cuss. I think it was in my blood, cause my daddy's side of the family, they curse. My, I didn't grow up with them. My mama wouldn't let me go be around them because I guess they was a little too hood and stuff like that. They from the Kinston area, but she wouldn't let me be around my dad and them. They were rough, I guess. I mean, she one of them conservative girl, grow up in a like conservative family, so she ain't let me go around. But I got them genes, so honey, I could lay it down when I get out of church and I get around them kids in school, and they want to mess with me and thought they was gonna bully me because I was a church girl. I put that Bible down and I lay it down on them. I remember one time I was in school. I ain't gonna say this because I don't even think I'm allowed to say some of this stuff like we used to talk on. It's so bad. It's bad. We were little kids. But I used to cuss them boys out. They would pick with me and say, "Oh, you you a church girl. You can't wear no pants and don't." Then they picked on me too because I want, the look. Some of the they were wrong how them little girls were being influenced to have sexual relations at a young age, but I won't doing all that. So they'll say, you don't, the new boys come to school, they'll say, don't talk to her because she ain't putting out. Because the boy be like, oh, she cute, she pretty. So the boys will tell him, man, don't even mess with her because she ain't giving up, man. I always thought that was so horrible. I really did. Like, I thought we were too young. I really did. I was like, shoot, I ain't doing nothing. First time I think when I was a teenager, I think I seen that one-eyed snake. I ran. I sure did. I was scared, and the boy will tell you, I ran away from him. He'll tell you that today. I ain't gonna say no name, but he know who I'm talking about. Yep, he know exactly who I'm talking about. He won't know, and it's not. He was one of those rich pastor sons Back in the day, he was wealthy, so I ran. I got out of it. I got to look. I got on up out of it. Said I got on up out of there. But yeah, I have been grateful to have got in a broom and a mop and some daggone Lysol and all that stuff, bleach and clean up my household. I'm talking about not just physically. I'm talking about all that. Yeah, I used to be what you call them people, OCD. I got everything had to be perfect because I got a Venus and I'm very analytical when it comes to love, and I'm also very everything got to be in the order and uptight and Venus and Virgo. Yeah, so I love like a Virgo. So I be all we gotta have this shit in order. It's gotta be everything. I'm hand washing. I don't wash my hands so much. Lord have mercy. And it's funny because my my family member got with a man like that. He be make he make them I love it too. He make them kids wash their hands so much. It's funny. They be mad, but that's good. And I notice that keeps down. I always say hand washing, proper hand washing. You gotta get it all in there and rub them fingernails in the palm of your hand and just do it for about 30 seconds. Cause they trained us being in the medical field. They back then, I don't know what they're doing now, but they trained us how to properly do sterile technique, honey, and all that. Even with I was doing the skilled nursing or whatever. And when I say skilled, I mean going in the human body. They they trained us, even when we was doing like the tube feedings and the drips and medication and all that, they was teaching us that we had to always have sterile technique and wash our hands. So just to say that, I just been blessed and I'm grateful that I made all the right decisions and I made mistakes. And for one person see this and they get a message to help them, then honey, I am so grateful for that. Like if one person, and yes, I still got my YouTube. It's sad when people really think they can try to stop you, and you ain't even working. You ain't even. It ain't you. Just a messenger. I'm just a mess. I'm like, what? You should give up by now. You done tried. You done been trying for a long time. You been trying for a very long time, honey. You ain't tired yet. I mean, revert back. This is what you do. What you do to other people, it'll come. Even if you do it out of ignorance, leave some people alone because you already done too much. Like in past times, like you think you got away with, but you never. None of us don't never get away with nothing. You know what I'm saying? We don't. We don't get away. I don't care how much we think we do. We don't ever get away with anything, and that's me included. Shoot, you might get by for a little while. And you might try to go see somebody to try to make it so you get by time. And eventually, you got to pay the piper. And nowadays it don't. And now this day and time, you better leave focus on, especially if they ain't bothering you and they operating out of being led by the spirit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I can talk to my children. They know that I'm up here doing stuff like this. They know that I went on that show, and they also know that I made this live, and they support me 100%. All of them, all three of them, and so I'm grateful for that. That I have children that are very spiritual and can see my. They know me. They even told me the other day, they said, Mama, you tell us we gotta forgive our dad. You tell us that all the time. Like you not one of them mothers that try to have us on your side. You even tell us that you have made mistakes in that relationship. So I'm not, I don't gotta prove nothing. See, the main people that know is the people that's with me every day. See, if the people that's around you all the time, the people that your family, like your children, if your children can say that about you, I don't even need no other awards or approval, honey. If they can say that they actually know who I am as a person and I'm authentic with them and I keep it real with them, that's why I got off grid and walked away from the Hollywood deals and the music and all that, because I needed to have my backyard cleaned up with the people that I created, with the people that that I made. I needed to clear up them. I needed to clear that up and break them curses and stuff. That's what I've been doing, working on me, working on the family that I brought into this world, my creations and stuff like that. I've been trying to get that, and that's how I know how to help the collective, because I did it with my own. I'm not saying we perfect and we ain't got a ways to go, and We don't have more ascending to do, and I'm not saying that we there or I'm there, because it's been tough on my. It's been tough. Think about it. Think about what I went through. Think about children. Think about children experiencing that. Think about them knowing this stuff and being in the midst of it and dealing with these types of people, whether it be my ex or me, my family. It was a lot. They strong, and I have asked them for forgiveness. Like, I'm not one of them parents to be like, well, you just gotta hush and take it. You know what I'm saying? I used to say that. I was like, well, I went through a lot too as a child, but now I'm like, look, please forgive me. I apologize, and I apologize, and I'm sorry, and I apologize that I failed you. I said I apologize for even bringing you into this hell. You think when I'm doing them lives, I'm gonna talk about other people? No, I apologize to my children. I said I apologize for the family that I exposed you to, the mate, the husband that I exposed you to. I apologize, y'all. I said I'm just glad y'all are okay, because I didn't become fully grown till I was about, honestly, probably after 30 years old. I was walking around here paying bills, working, and acting like, looking like an adult, but I really wasn't an adult. I was like a child zombie. I was sleepwalking a long time. And a lot of us were. We can sit there and say it, but we not adults until we about 30 years old. So I'm not the only one. Even though some people, they feel like they don't have to be real with themselves, you know. But I'm just, I keep it not. I don't just keep it real on the outside. I keep it real from within. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it real from within. Yep. So I just think that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. Like I said, if don't but one person get this message, somebody gonna get what the universe got sent for the. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yep. What is meant to be, and what is meant to get to the receiver is going to get to them. Yep. It definitely is. Sure is. It's gonna definitely get to them. Trying to share this on my fan page. And it's a blessing. I'm grateful for my channel. I'm grateful for this confirmation. And I'm just grateful. Just so grateful. Truly am. Let's see. And I'm just grateful to have the followers that I have, and if I don't have but a few loyal subscribers, that's better than having a whole bunch of people that the energy is off and all that kind of stuff. I never was trying to be no famous person. Like, people will tell, worry about how many followers somebody got, and how many subscribers, and how new. That's just people look chasing cloud. I don't even want them. I'm good. I'm Gucci. Yeah, because it ain't about all. It never was. It's not about all that. So I'm about to play this, y'all. I'm about to play this and mute this mic. But she is talking about exactly what I've been talking about. This is a confirmation.
Talk to you all about the karmic sister. Now, the movie that came to mind was.
This can be men and women. It can be a bunch of people. Like in my case, they try to gather up an army since I was a long time, and even people, the same type of energy was coming against my children, trying to destroy them. So a lot of times it's men, women, a group. It's a spirit. So here you go.
Cinderella. Many of you out there, this message might not be for everybody, so if it's not, please just leave it for whoever it is for, okay? But if you recognize yourself as being the Cinderella of your family, meaning many of you have seen the movie, the
Y'all remember? Y'all remember? I was saying in my other lives, if you looked at them, my streams talking about Cinderella, how they had you as a Cinderella, but don't nobody want to give you no kind of, they want to hide you away and all that kind of stuff, or try to kill your kill. Boy, say, bitch, don't kill my vibe. Try to kill your vibe.
Cinderella was very beautiful, right? Amongst all of her siblings, she was the one that stood out the most, even though they tried to hide and suppress her beauty the most, okay? So they kept her in the rags. They kept her, you know, in the back, at the bottom, in the basement, somewhere hidden, because her karmic siblings did not want her to be seen. They did not want her to be noticed or recognized, especially not by the prince, okay? Because their objective was to pretty much swap destinies with her. They knew that it was her destiny to be seen and recognized by the prince because they knew the beauty of her heart. And the beauty of her heart, it was so beautiful that it actually showed through into her physical essence. And so not only was she physically beautiful, right? You was physically beautiful, but you are also beautiful internally. And this karmic sibling, it might be more than one sister, but whoever this karmic sister is, they were always envious of you and tried to dim your light all of your life, okay? Even when you showed them love, you showed them nothing but compassion, empathy. Their main objective was to swap destinies with you and to suppress your potential as much as possible. So we're going to get into the reading and see what's coming out in regards to this karmic sibling. The divine feminine, those of you who are out there who are chosen, the queens and the goddesses out there who are chosen and have a divine purpose, your karmic sister wanted to swap destinies with you because she knew that you're someone special here. She might have caused a lot of confusion in your life here, okay? And you had to fight to stay on course. You had to do what was necessary to try to get back balanced and in alignment. She might have caused a lot of confusion by speaking negatively of you, speaking ill of you to other family members so that others would not see your light. See, this karmic sister is a very miserable person, okay? She's very unhappy. She doesn't love herself, okay? And I feel like she spent her entire life making comparisons of herself to you. You never did this with her, though. You was never in competition with this karmic sister, but secretly she was in competition with you. And the thing is, it really wasn't a secret, but I feel like maybe you had gotten so accustomed to her energy, or if it's more than one, take it where it resonates. You had gotten so accustomed to this negative energy that you just assumed that that's just the type of person that this karmic sister was. But the fact of the matter is, she's always been miserable just off the strength that she always questioned why you. How come you turned out to be the sweet one? How come you turned out to be the chosen one? How come you turned out to be the one that had this divine destiny? Why were you the more beautiful one? Even though you never looked at her that way, because it's not in your heart and it's not in your nature to look at your sibling in that manner. You were never competitive. You never compared your looks to hers. And matter of fact, I feel like many of you admired this karmic sister. You know why? Because she dimmed your light so much that you begin to admire the fact that she was so open and so sociable. You see what I'm saying? But that was all set up. It was all orchestrated by this karmic sibling because her objective when it came to you was to keep you suppressed. She wanted to keep you silent. And so you might find that this karmic sister might have tried.
As I stated, it can be a few people. It can be a man, men, women, a group of people, like family that you know a long time, that's friends, and even blood relatives, it be parents, all that. It can be more than one person. It's a spirit.
Try to like water down your intelligence in a lot of ways, or she was much more comfortable when you were more introverted, or when you were the one that had less friends. You see what I'm saying? And so you might have admired the fact that she seemed like she was just loved by everyone and so bubbly and so, rambunctious and just so openly herself, when in fact all of that was a facade. It was all a facade because her main objective was to outshine you in any way possible, even if that meant, accumulating a whole bunch of karmic friends just to act as if life was so great and grand for her, okay? You have here, you're protected. So you've always been protected from this karmic sister, and this is what she never understood, because in her misery, she tried to create all of this confusion for you and never understood why it didn't penetrate to the degree that she wanted it to. Okay, dark energy is at the bottom of the deck. Right behind that, I have toxic. This sister carried a lot of toxic dark energy, and just like in the movie Cinderella, Cinderella was made to be the one that did all the cleaning. She did all the chores around the house. She pretty much, they used her as a pawn to draw in certain people and then kicked her to the curb so that she would not be the one that got chosen. Okay. Of course, the stepmother played a very vital role in that. So many of you had a karmic mother and karmic sisters, or a karmic sister. But regardless of that, this has been a life.
Okay, you hear what she just said? She said it could be a few people, karmic sisters, mothers, even karmic fathers. Um, some people, as Cynthia G was saying, how I don't know that whole story, but I do know it was rumors going around about how he was into the pedo stuff and in the industry. Russell Simmons, allegedly, this is Moon Goddess 777 opinions and her perceptions of how she sees things. Some things may be facts, some may not be, but if something is said enough, it seems like it's some truth to it. I mean, and they say, he like was allegedly one of the gatekeepers of this, doing this stuff, to the younger boys and men. And then this they say allegedly he got with Kimora when she was like 16. Um Somebody said he was 35, but I think he was older, but I'm gonna definitely look that up to see how old was Russell Simmons when how old was Russell Simmons when he started dating Kimora. Oh yeah, she was in high school, y'all. And they say she was 17, but some people saying she was 16. It don't make no difference. 16 or 17, she was, in my opinion now. They legally do that in other countries, and they used to do it here a lot, but I think that's too young. Cause myself, I was involved with like older men when I was like got married to an older. He was not like 20 years older, but he was a lot older in experience than I was in the world. Just because they experience in the world don't mean that they good in the bedroom either. Because sometimes men just think they have a crazy concept about love making. Some of them that they're not, that's not in tune. So just because they older don't mean they got some good skills. But you might be younger and you might read like me. Was reading books even though I wasn't active like that. I was reading books and looking at visual stuff. So I was more sensual, but even though that man was older, but a lot of times they take advantage of these young women, and it's women that do that to men, but they take advantage of these younger people, and they actually then is in molding them too. She was crying to how young she was because she had children so young. Like she didn't really and look at her and P Diddy baby mama were like good friends. So she know all about that. But that's saying yeah, it can be a dad because they saying he is. I don't know. They're allegedly saying he cutting them girls off, telling them they need to learn. They say a lot of times these brothers are hard on their daughters. I know my daddy cut mine off at 18, but I won't even get nothing really anyway. And I was always telling my mama she should have got more money because he was making some more money. This is my biological father, but my mother was always, I guess she didn't want to be worried with having to go back and forth. I ain't making no excuses, and she want to do that independent thing. And I was like, look, get me more money because I'm getting to the age where I gotta be buying cars and I gotta get to school and stuff. A lot of that stuff I had to do on my own. I only had one person to give me a car, and that was a gay guy a gay nurse that I worked with in Chapel Hill. I never had anybody. I had to get stuff myself, and I'm glad because I mean it was rough. I've been on my own. I never had, like I said, a person that gave me a car was a white person. I got other family members, they get stuff, which is fine giving them, and they don't really have to go through what I go through. But like I said, I'm just glad because I know people not gonna always be here forever, and once they not here, then you got to get it for yourself, and you done got weak and old. That's tough when you used to depending on women and stuff, or your parents and stuff like that. So I've been on my own since I was like about probably like 16, probably younger than that. So it's tough on girls. And the men, they like this. Like they said, Brian McKnight. Look how he doing his door. That's normal in our community. They don't even. A lot of them don't even care about the boys, but the boys have it a little easier. It seems like than the girls do. They expect us to be men, and then when we get up, they asking us, "Well, why you so masculine? Why you act like that?" And we don't had to get it out of the mud. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. So yeah, so your parents can be your karma, your dad, mom, brothers, sisters. Hell, so we some kin to some of our people that we married and stuff. Let it be, if you in a small town, more than likely your you might have married your kinfolk. It happens. Have a baby with your kinfolk, and you don't even know it. But okay, I'm gonna play some more.
Lifelong journey that you have dealt with this karmic sister on. And so all of this confusion that she tries to cause or tried to cause in your life, you were always protected because you are a chosen. Okay. And so look at that. Angels protecting you. So it's here twice. Regardless of what this karmic sibling has tried to do to you, you have always had a circle of angels surrounding you. And the fact of the matter is, it is your spiritual team, your entire spiritual team, your angels, your ancestors of love and light. And the thing is, this karmic sister never understood why your ancestors who have transitioned over backed you. They backed you, okay? They never supported this karmic sister. Now, she might have been able to call on the karmic ancestors that the two of you shared, but you had a strong protection of those ancestors who operated from love, integrity. They recognize their position. They know the Most High. They know that you're a chosen. They have been protecting you since you was born, since you was brought into this world, because you have a divine assignment. And so this karmic sister, I feel for some of y'all, because with that dark energy card, this karmic sister is a witch. Okay. She operates from darkness, though. Some of you are aware of this and some of you are not, okay? This is not for everybody, but consider this karmic sister I'm picking up has done spell work against you. Her main objective was to try and dim your light by any means necessary, even if it meant doing spell work against you on your beauty, against your finances, against your love life. This karmic sister never wanted to see you rise into your potential, okay? And so this karmic sister has called on a lot of your ancestors who operated from a very dark space, okay? And she was actually able to do some things against you for some time, all right? And it's only because you were not awakened. You were very much so asleep. You didn't realize the spiritual gifts that you possess. And in spite of all of this, your angels were still protecting you, but at the same time, they was nudging you. Certain things was able. It was like they allowed certain things to happen in your life just to give you that shove to wake up and recognize you're more than just a physical vessel. You are a spirit having a human experience. And so because of this, there's a certain amount of awareness that you need to have about your spiritual existence and those who are here in the spiritual realm who are here to protect you and to guide you towards your destiny. And so some of these things that this karmic sister did actually did penetrate. All right. If you found that you took losses or that your love life was always in shambles and you always attracted karmic partnerships, or if you find that you started to feel less attractive or just certain things, certain roadblocks, it was because there were certain lessons that you needed to learn. Okay. And you learned those lessons. I feel like you overcame. You woke up. You started to, this says spiritual bath, okay? You started to do things on a spiritual level to cleanse yourself, to purify your energy. Not just externally, but internally is where you began. You went through a major spiritual transformation. And because of this, it allowed you to move on from those blockages and to overcome those blockages that this karmic sister tried to create for you, okay? And so let me look into this miserable sister. Let's look into this miserable sister and see the energy here, because look at this. You have the card of change, Right at the bottom of the deck, you have the burden. Okay, so this card of change is the Wheel of Fortune. This is great changes that begin to happen in your life because positive karma was coming in for you. You always did the right thing, even though you didn't understand why you was going through so many changes in your life and why you was, it seemed like when you took 2 steps forward, you ended up taking 10 steps backwards. You didn't understand it, but you still operated from a space of love and compassion. You still showed love for this karmic sister in spite of the fact that the more that your eyes opened, you begin to see that she really didn't like you like that. You begin to see that there was a lot of jealousy and envy there. And for many of you, you already knew this, okay? Because you've always had a gift of being able to discern, but you just never, I feel like you never understood that gift on a spiritual level. But you always picked up that energy from this karmic sister or sisters, okay? And so in spite of that, you still love them. You still love this karmic sister. You still supported them. You still interacted with them. But this person was in your life to cause burdens, okay? She used other family members also. She actually used other family members to cause burdens for you because she was always on the lookout, always searching for you, always trying to see what could she do to cause confusion in your life, okay? This karmic sister has a rooster on top of her head, which lets you know that she's loud, okay? Loud as hell, obnoxious, narcissistic. This karmic sister used other family members against you because she's sitting on the back of someone here who looks tired and worn out and exhausted from her energy. And so this karmic sister uses people. This is what she does. She's been doing this all of her life, and she's wearing people down. I'll say for you all, this karmic sister is sitting on the back of a man. If whatever relationship she gets into, she misuses and abuses these men. And she uses them as pawns specifically to get to you. Now, how she's doing that, I don't know. Maybe she's siphoning their energy because she's holding a wand here. So she could be, and she has this rooster on her head. This could be a part of her spell work. Maybe she siphons the energy of the men sexually so that it can replenish hers because she knows that based on the spell work that she's doing against you, there's a certain amount of karma that should be coming back to her. So it's like she's offsetting that karma by siphoning the sexual energy of whoever it is that she gets with. That's what I heard, y'all. Okay? That's what I heard. So I just speak what I hear. This karmic sister has been using and abusing a lot of people's energy with the main objective to get towards you because she wants to swap destinies with you. That's always been her goal. Okay? And so everything she does, she's tried to swap destinies with you, but this is your energy. This says intensity. This is your spiritual auric field that's moving in a fast pace, like you are moving at an accelerated motion into a different direction. And so no matter, even though she's trying to get to you, she's looking into your direction, trying to find you. She can't see you anymore. The Most High in your spiritual team is blurring her vision to the point where she can't keep up with your energy anymore. So if she has spent a lot of time trying to come after you with this wicked energy of hers. But now it's like her vision has been blurred, okay? Her gifts, I feel like that's what it is. Her spiritual gifts, because this karmic sister actually had some spiritual gifts, okay? But she misused and abused these gifts because her main objective was to try and get to your destiny because she recognized that she had worked against you for so long. She had been jealous of you and creating havoc in your life for so long that even though she had these spiritual gifts, she was going to lose them. And she would never be able to use them in a way where she could become a light worker or a healer or a spiritual teacher or anything of that nature. But she knows that your destiny is in alignment with just that. She misused her own gifts. And so now her gifts are diminishing very, very, very quickly to the point where she cannot detect your energy anymore because you are being elevated.
Yeah, go on, look at this and report this. No, seriously though, yeah, like I said, it can be a man, woman, a few people, family members, longtime friends. You know what I'm saying? This is just a message that resonated with me because, honey, that's what I've been saying. I said that on my live the other, what was it? The one about is it? got so many. There was a video from yesterday called Judge Mathis Big Mama Changes Here Unconditional Love. Okay, this uncomfortable. Um Friends, unknown, uncomfortable conversations. I said it up here. I said in my last live about Moon Goddess 777 Exposed on the Judge Mathis show, seems that the conversation may have been uncomfortable for some. Although I have compassion for the collective, and my intent is to harm none, I want us all to ascend, heal, and unite. It seems that in some communities, after many generations of dysfunction, abuse, terror, threats, oppression, torment of each other and self, many still are not ready for these uncomfortable conversations. I'm not here to be popular, make friends by oppressing the truth. I have been commissioned by Big Mama and I don't need man's approval. I will take advice, but I read energy well. If I can help one person not make the mistakes I have made and help them make wiser choices for a better society and future for the collective, I am here for it and I embrace it all. I expose myself and make myself vulnerable and authentic, not for shock value, but to be uncomfortable and stay in the unknown and the spiral of the universe because that is true alignment. Now, this was just yesterday, less than one day ago. And like I said, I've been getting a lot of lashback, and I'm sure a lot of people don't like the way I'm talking. I have, an elder to encourage me and told me to lay off a little bit. They was joking though, like I'm tearing up the area where I'm from, like as far as telling the truth, but it's not to harm nobody. Like I can't keep, I gotta tell the story, and it's not out of me trying to it's to help the collective, but I'm not the same. Like I said, I'm not the same person I used to be. I have done the work. As I said, I don't went and stopped, yielding to the lower self, and it's not me. So, you know, it's it's not gonna be the same. It's not gonna be the same program because I'm not operating out of me from myself. I'm being commissioned. But yes, this was in alignment, so I shared it everywhere, and now I'm streaming it.
Elevated and move forward in a different direction at a very accelerated pace because your spiritual team has been protecting you. So they are moving you out of her energy to where she can't even detect you in the spiritual realm anymore. So her spell work and whatever it is that she was trying to do against you, because not only was this karmic sister doing spell work, she also elicited the help of others to help her to do the spell work against you. But even they are worn out. Even they are receiving karma to the point where they're taking loss after loss after loss. This karmic sister in this picture, these two people look like they're in lack in many different areas of their life, in their health, in their mental state, in their spiritual growth, in their finances. These two people here are in lack. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna let it play. I even had like, people, um, as far as I know this for a fact, as far as like my dad, people that he was involved with trying to, go to people and do work to take my life and stuff like that, trying to do work to harm my children and stuff, so I'm grateful that I'm highly protected and I've been commissioned and I have a purpose. I'm grateful for that because it has been when people try to not just harm me, but harm my children, take my life and everything, and try to, go see people and do all kinds of work to try to harm me, make me sick, try to take my life. And, even speaking on, they try to put that energy out there so I would get get AIDS and stuff like that. That a lot, some of the wicked people was hoping that something like that would happen to me. So I'm grateful. That's why I gotta tell y'all, because I know if I'm going through this shit, it's stuff. I said I was gonna. I was cussing the other day because it was sometimes it seemed like there's no other word to use but a cursing word. I'm gonna curse sometimes, but I don't have to say a bad word in every sentence. But I'm gonna say some shit. But yeah, I'm gonna let it play on.
And so whoever she was using, whoever she was calling on, whoever she might have been paying to work against you, all of them are taking losses because of who you are. And none of them can see you. No matter how much she has paid to work up against you, none of them have been able to get to your energy or detect your energy because you are divinely protected, okay? You're moving too fast. You've picked up and pace in the spiritual realm to the point where you've evolved on a higher level. So let's see what's going on here, because these karmic sisters are facing some major challenges at this point, okay? You have the card of completion coming out. You have awakened. This is pieces to a puzzle, okay? So you've been piecing yourself together. You have come.
That's what I said. I said I don't pass these tests. I don't have to go. I don't have to go through this stuff no more. Like I seen the times that if I was still in my lower self, if this stuff would have happened, it would have just had me all up in all ruffled up and stuff. But I don't care. I know I'm not doing this based off of Moon Goddess 777. It's about a bigger picture. It's about a collective. So I was enjoying my day, and no, I still have my channel. When somebody telling you stuff like that, it's they really hope they could, really have some power or whatever. I guess they don't get tired of trying, but honey, I ain't got no. Only information I can tell you is it's a mighty terrible thing to fall into the hands of Big Mama and Righteous Father Spirit and the Son. Show is it ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with me. She a loving energy, but honey, I couldn't even work with her when I had a lot of resentment and all that stuff going on in me. I couldn't even work with Cali Mom, Big Mama, and all them energies, and I still had unresolved parenting issues with my mom and stuff like that. So I know I couldn't. Nope.
Into realization of who you are, and the last piece right here is being placed at this person's third eye chakra. So it shows you that your spiritual eyes have opened. You are no longer pieces of yourself, fractured pieces of yourself, trying to figure out who you are and what your position is in this world. No, that cycle has come to a completion. That's why the Wheel of Fortune is here, because you've now changed. You're not the person that you used to be. This karmic sister was able to get to your energy in the past because you was a watered down version of yourself. You was suppressing a lot of your light. You didn't even know that you had a light within. And so you stayed in the shadows a lot. Okay. You might have stayed very quiet and silent a lot. You was not very vocal about, who you are naturally. Like, you had not developed into the person that you are now. And so that cycle has completed itself. And this is why this karmic sister, y'all are on two completely different vibrations, okay? Because I have the sharing card here. You are extremely abundant. This woman is holding a candle, okay? She has fruit on her plate. She has all of this abundance around her. She's dressed in royalty, and this says sharing at the bottom of the deck. Y'all are not even in the same energy, okay? This karmic sister, she's looking at you. She's very jealous, very envious of you, very envious of the light that you are shining now. And she sees that you have an overflow of abundance. While she's walking around dragging other people down with all of these dark, heavy clouds hovering over her, you are in the light. You are sharing your light. You are sharing your abundance, okay? And you are that royal goddess. You are that royal queen that you was meant to be. That cycle of being in the same vibration as this karmic sister has completed itself. She can no longer use you. She can no longer siphon your energy. Okay, she can no longer take advantage of your ignorance that you had in the past. Okay, she had a certain amount of understanding of the spiritual realm on a very low vibrational scale. She conjured up a lot of low vibrational entities in order to work on her behalf against you. But now she realizes that these things does not work anymore. She is very bitter. This karmic sister is starting to show physically, in her physical appearance. Okay, she's looking worse every day. I feel like this karmic sister might be losing a lot of weight. She's getting weaker. Okay, she's starting to look older, like she's aging prematurely aging very fast. Meanwhile, you are shining brighter every day that she sees you. She's becoming more and more miserable because she sees that you have an overflow. The Most High has granted you your inheritance. All of those beautiful seeds that you have been planting all of your life, whether it was seeds towards others and from kindness, offering your love, offering peace, offering, to help others. Those were the seeds that you was planting towards your harvest. And now she sees that that harvest is here in the physical. You have reaped your harvest here in the physical. Everything that this karmic sister purposely tried to withhold from you is now being stripped from her, to the point where she has to use and abuse other people in order to get to where she has to go. This karmic sister is weak now. You see how she's on the back of someone else. She's weakening other people, but she is literally physically weak, okay? I feel like this karmic sister is also going through some health issues. You might not know this about this person, because I feel like many of you have cut this person off with the move on card. Many of you have walked away from this karmic sister, and you have quickly, once you awaken and your spiritual eyes open and you started to see the true nature, you completed that cycle with this person, okay? You said, no, I know who I am now. You put all of the pieces of the puzzle together, your spiritual eyes open, and you decided to complete that cycle with that karmic sister. And so many of you are not aware of what's happening on a spiritual or physical level with this karmic sister, but she's going through some heavy karma at this time. Yeah, it's because with the Fool card here, you all decided to take the leap of faith. It says Fool, the Fool card and the Maturity card. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Fool card.
It can be a few of your karmic sisters or brothers or mothers or fathers that's going through this stuff, because, or even the people that is connected to your bloodline, they're people that's trying to do stuff against you. Like I said, in my situation, I know for a fact it was people connected to my dad trying to do stuff, to spiritually attack me and stuff like that. So yeah, and I've actually witnessed them. I don't know. I know they keep going through stuff now, but I know you can't. You gotta be careful who you mess with. You gotta be aware of who you hating and your enemy, and who you coming against. And going to people trying to do work on people and stuff. You don't never know who you messing with. You don't know who their ancestors are. You gotta be careful, or even what you concocted in your mind to try to harm these people. Or just because you think somebody is a bad person and you think they deserve to be thrown in a daggone cellar, that don't mean that's what the divine mama water got for them. Just because you don't like them, that don't mean nothing. Just because I don't like somebody, that don't mean it's over for them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know I had to learn that, like that. They not bothering me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what their purpose is. Some people purpose just to be here and not be about nothing and to be low vibrational, so we can know it's opposite polarities. You know what I'm saying? So I love people like they are, but you can't come with me. Like everybody can't come where I'm going at. Everybody can't be in my circle. I'm gravitating towards connecting my unconditional love tribe and my divine masculine, divine feminine people. And you know what? I know this is confirmation because they're gonna be able to see when these people try to come and sow discord and do their snake stuff. They gonna be ain't gotta worry about that no more. And I know it. I felt that in my spirit. I said I don't pass these tests with these folk because I ain't in jail. I ain't done got because some of the stuff they done, the old me wanted to go ahead and do the damn thing and get rid of these motherfuckers. Y'all feel me. It's some of the stuff been done. It's the nefarious stuff that's been done to me, the nefarious stuff that's been done to my children now. That I'm a very loving parent, very protective parent. So, honey, I ain't got nothing against nobody because they still alive. I'ma let I'm gonna let Big Mama got it. And then you think you're gonna keep coming for me now because you didn't take me out, because you didn't destroy my children, because you didn't succeed in your bullshit. Okay, well, I ain't fighting it no more. I done turn it over to the hands of the big mama. I send unconditional love. I send healing to you. Cause you know what? You don't affect me. You can't stop me. Cause like I said, I'm being commissioned. I'm an oracle. So that's on you. Don't look at me and be like, oh, this person did what. I ain't doing none of that. I'm letting Big Mama handle my stuff. She do a good job. And I can't even deal with her if I ain't even right. Cause she ain't you can't even go in that type of energy on some bullshit. Cause I done tried it. When I hadn't got to certain levels, I couldn't even deal with that energy. Cause that energy is nothing to play with. That energy is not nothing to play with. I couldn't even wear certain you can't even wear certain you can't even wear certain things, symbols and stuff when you are not walking in a certain place and stuff, So good luck fighting the spiritual world, you know. Yeah, I ain't, I'm out here trying to be balanced. I ain't out here trying to be jealous of people and trying to hurt nobody and harm nobody and trying to do no blackmail worship. You gotta look at all sides of the story. So, man, like I said, I don't pass them tests. I'm thinking about the collective, about who I can help. I done got my broom, my mop, and all that, and made my peace with my children. Like I said, they know all three of them encourage me what I'm doing because they know that the collective need to hear this message. They know it's not about them, it's not about me, it's not about none of us. It's about the bigger picture, helping the collective. Show is. Yeah, I that because I sat down and I'm grateful for my children, grandchildren. I got my relationship right with my people. I don't have to get out here and be popular on YouTube or be popular on uh Facebook or Instagram and all this. And I got messed up relationships with the people that I done created. No, I got a war with them. They look at me as a star right now. Like if I never do anything else. They admire me and they want to be around me right now. They it's rare that the kids actually love their parents and like their parents like that. So I got my award. I don't reap mine and gonna reap some more good things, but I don't reap. That's a blessing. That's a blessing when I can sit around and look and I see the love. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about anything. We could have conversations about whether somebody did something or touched them the wrong way when they was a kid, and they could tell me how they feel, how it made them have certain type of thoughts of doing things, and how we work through our stuff, and I could tell them about the things that happened to me, and we can sit there and chill and eat a good meal and still got love after we done had them. We have difficult conversations. We talk about everything. We talk about everything, even feelings of having feelings of we talk about everything. All we It's nothing that we don't talk about. We talk about stuff that most people we fearless with our conversations. We be doing therapy on each other. Yeah. So I done broke my curses and still break. I done broke a lot of curses on my kids, and no weapon formed against us. And we done healed out each other, and we still in a healing process. But yeah, we get our stuff out. We get it. We eat. We eat, baby. We eat. I ain't talking about no food. I'm talking about spiritual food. Yeah. So I don't have that problem with them. Oh, you going on TV to hurt my daddy, or my child told me, as I'm saying it again, told me the other day. You tell us to forgive our dad, forgive our family members, and to love people, and even if you're not dealing with them, don't have nothing in your heart against them. Say, go on, help them people. Them people need to hear that because there's somebody out there, mama. They've been through what we've been through, or what you've been through. They done be in prison, or they be done off themselves, or wouldn't be in their right mind. So you do what you've been called to do. We ain't not gonna stand in your way, okay? And if I got that approval from Big Mama, and I got that approval from the people that I done created, you think I'm worth? Man, I ain't gotta never see nobody else. I'm good. See, we go in the woods and all that together. We go to in the water baptized. They see me baptize myself. They want to get baptized. I keep it real. And we don't even one I don't even we don't even have the same spiritual, but well, we do sort of. I'm spiritual, one of them a Hebrew Israelite and all that kind of stuff. And we still respect each other's beliefs. So it ain't that type of uh relationship where people can't have conversations. We have uncomfortable conversations with each other. Yeah, we keep it. We not the black community trying to push stuff under the rug and eggshell. I don't eggshell them. They don't eggshell me. Nope, I done the work with myself and I done the work with my family. And when I say the family, I'm talking about the family I created. And I've done the work, even with my mother. I've done that work. She know I have uncomfortable conversations with her. She don't be ready. She wasn't ready when I started, but now it's getting to the point where we can talk about anything too. She is some healing went on there. I can say that. And I'm grateful for that because for that to have happened, that's a curse being broken right there. Because the old school people don't talk about a lot of stuff. They that's difficult for them. They wasn't taught like that. But let me play this.
Card first. With this Fool card, you decided to say, you know what, I'm taking a leap of faith towards my destiny. The Fool card comes with the number 0, which means you're starting from a blank canvas. Many of you decided to release a lot.
And this is the card I was pulling before I moved away from the location where I was from. I only had been there a few years. I ain't been there all my life. I was only there a few years. I went back to that area to help out some family, but it was time for me to go in on that 7 mark. So, and this is the year 7, and I live right on that 7 mark. Yep, 7-year mark. Yep.
Of these karmic family members in order to move towards your destiny. And so you decided to take this leap of faith and you said, okay, I'm going to jump. I don't see the way ahead. I don't know where I'm going to land. Many of you said, I don't know where this is going to take me, but you said, I'm going to take the leap of faith anyway. Some of you, for a long time, you was afraid to release this karmic sister because maybe some of you were codependent emotionally, even though this person was never really compassionate or empathetic towards you. Maybe they put on a representative sometimes and made you believe that they cared. It was like this back and forth.
Yeah, man, you get tired of that wishy-washy energy. Like, this is just not with one person. This not, I had something going on with a person, but this is just a spirit in general. Like I was saying about how the women and some of the men are and stuff like that. You get tired of the wishy-washy energy. You don't know if a person is your friend or your family or they with you or against you. At this point in my life, either you my friend or my foe. It's no lukewarm. It's no in between. I'm not gonna accept that. You either with me or against me. You don't like me, then leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna try to harm me, fine. I'm protected. Try. Keep on trying. I mean, hey, and get your and that's on you. That's on you. I mean, but it ain't no lukewarm stuff. Hey, all that back and forth, wishy washy. You talk to somebody and then you don't talk. Now I understand people busy and all that, but and we ain't got to talk every day. That's fine. I ain't that type of person where I got to talk to you every day and be all in you what you doing and. I got, we don't talk, that's fine. If we talk months away, that's fine. We don't, but when I feel that energy like that wishy-washy and you don't let me see, not in 2023, I'm done. I don't want that in my circle. I ain't my people that I'm attracting are people that's 10 toes down. They let me know they got my front, back, center. It ain't none of that mess. I don't no, I'm done. Nah. Nah, you blocked for good. Like it's over. It's over. It's over. And I'm not just talking to one person. I'm just like in general. That's the energy. Like all that. I done did the work. I mean, I had a situation where a person was getting jealous because somebody told him I'm a star. I don't think I'm no freaking star. I don't think that about myself. But if somebody think that, how I got control over that? They was like, that's a person that's been on the radio. She been this and that, and on TV and da 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 da. So they was telling us somebody that I thought was a friend that I was a star, and the friend was getting looking sideways at me, and I'm like, motherfucker, you already know this stuff about me. So what? You don't want nobody to confirm? I ain't got time for it. I ain't got time for that, man. And see, that's the kind of stuff that I was telling y'all I've been dealing with as a child coming up to my adulthood. I don't got time for it. I ain't got time for them kind of women and men and people like that in my life. Even your mate can be in competition with you and all that. I don't went through all that bull. I ain't got time, yo. I want to build somebody. I want somebody that's secure. If they no, I ain't doing no. I take that back. I'm not doing no build a Bob. If they need support, I want to be happy for them to be I don't want to be like I don't want to be like this. Oh well, if he get too much recognition and if he gets too famous or if he gets too many likes, he's not gonna pay me any attention. It's gonna be more women out there that's gonna be more attractive than me, and they're gonna take him away from me. So I have to oppress and hold him down somewhat and keep him manipulated so he will not leave me once he gets too big, or I have to destroy this person because if they get too famous, they're gonna forget about me. Man, I ain't with none of that. I ain't with none of that. No, I'm with this. I used the old me be like, bitch better have my money. Yeah, you better pay me. I see you up here flashing and stuff, and you owe me. And I got these kids. Where my money at? Hell, you owe me. Pay me. Hell, that's me. I ain't. I don't care. I even when I was married, honey, we were separated. This man had a child. I was keeping the child sometimes. I'm the first person to cut the baby to cut the hair. And the baby mama, we had it got to a point where we were taking the kid, she was taking all the kids to the boys. I'm trying to go to work. Look, we gonna work this thing out. I ain't got time. I need some help with some. I knew it always took a village. So yes, I was working with it. I'm one of them. I ain't no sister wife or nothing like that. I ain't gonna say that because I don't think that I, I don't think that the American men know how to do polygamy, and the women we ain't been taught. We don't even know how to get along with just one person. So I don't think we got the concept of polygamy down pat. We don't understand the meaning of that because in the other religions and cultures like the uh, what is it, the Muslims, am I saying it right? The and Farrakhan, even am I saying the Muslim religion? The Islam, I meant Islam. They believe in having more than one wife, but them wives gotta have each have to have their own house and stuff. You gotta have enough money to be able to afford so that they don't have to live together. I done had my African friends tell me that like I've had African guys want me to come to their country, and they was like, if I do come to their country, it's illegal for them to have what? It's illegal for them to have. It's legal. It's actually legal for them to have more than one wife, but they said they got to make sure that each wife is okay. Like they can't just throw one wife in the trash can and go marry another one. They got to take care of all them wives and they got to have their own house. Now, that's a different story. That's totally different. But all this mess that these men got going on in America with polygamy, with that pimp mess, where we living in the house and you got sucking on one end and she's sucking on the other. We all living in the same house. No, I ain't with that. And it's different if I got my own space. If I decide I want to do the freaky deep, that's on me, but not where you married to me and we all in the same house. What about when that woman get in her? You know how we women are sometimes. Some women or women got it different emotions and stuff. What when she get in her mood? I gotta go through that with her and the kids and her and my kid. Mm-mm. We all need our own space, and that's why I might consider that now. With me, as long as I got my own space, but I'm not doing that mess where we that pimp era mess. That's all that is. That because women created polygamy. If you research the matriarch, the one started that anyway, and it was just not for no sexual purposes. It was about business and empire building and stuff like that, and politics and stuff. It's not. We so low vibrational as a people. And when we think of polygamy, all we thinking about is that's actually a threesome. Okay, it's a threesome. What you thinking about? Polygamy ain't no women living in the house. All them women living. Who in the hell in their right mind gonna live in a house with a bunch of women or man and he's sleeping with both of them or all of them? That he ain't gonna die. That's death, early death, early death. But let me play the rest of this. But this is in alignment with what I've been talking about. This sister gave me a confirmation of the spirit, and I have been. It's my life story. I mean, I can be the Cinderella, but I'm also able to shine my light and with my talents, and I've always been envied for that. People don't want to give me recognition, which is fine. I have no problems with that because I kind of understand. Would be kind of intimidated and jealous of me too because of all the things they try to done try to do to hold me back, destroy me, harm my children and stuff, and try to, go behind your back and talk and be with your little dusty ass men, go behind your back and talk about you to your exes and stuff. It hadn't worked. So I know they wondering who looking out for me. Well, I got somebody. I got a whole army. It looked like, because I know you thought your weapons would have prospered by now, but no weapon, honey, no weapon formed against me. If it ain't prospered by now, it ain't gonna prosper. Yep, and I'm grateful.
Relationship, this narcissistic relationship where sometimes they acted like they wanted to show you love and other times they just kind of threw you to the wayside. But the whole time, this karmic sister did not care for you. Okay, because again, her objective was to get to your destiny, but you decided to walk away. You said, no, I'm going to start from scratch because you grew up.
My people, my children been telling me a long time. They was like, you are too nice and you keep letting these family members back in. They done show you who they were. They was like, I don't understand how you even talk to these people after all the stuff they done did to you. You need to leave them alone. They not gonna change. They are still the same. They've been telling me that. They said something. I said, y'all, something must be wrong with you to keep doing. I said, no, I just try to give people to, a lot of times when you have a bond, and I'm a very motherly, like nourishing person. Some of these people, I kind of raised them. I raised a lot of kids and kept a lot of children and babysitted them. Some of these people older than me, some of them younger than me, or whatever. When you got a bond with somebody, like it's a love there. It's like an unconditional love. Might know they ain't about nothing and they ain't no good to them, but you just hoping that it's a chance that they will, rise on up and become better than what, everybody expected them to be. But I guess some people, you just gotta love them from a distance because they will try to keep coming and thinking that they can harm all sectors of your life. And people change. Yeah, people might have been sleek, but now people waking up. They on their shit. They know their power. If they done did the work, you think they out here playing and you sitting up here ain't doing the work and you playing with them and they been commissioned. Ooh, good luck. That's all I gotta say.
Up. You have the maturity card. You grew. And many of you, you're aging gracefully. You're beautiful. You're embracing who you have become. And this karmic sister can't stand that because it's like every part of your life is starting to be a direct reflection of all of those things that this karmic sister tried to suppress. And so this is why it's hitting her 100,000 fold at this point, because she does not understand how everything that she, like literally what she visualized you not having, you are now receiving 1,000-fold, 10,000-fold, 100,000-fold. What she visualized, what she literally and intentionally participated with others. Look at this, y'all. I'm telling you, you got the participation card and the guilt card right behind this. She worked with other people against you, this karmic sister, okay? She had to elicit the help of other people because after a while, she started to realize, hold up, she started to realize you had some real protection around you, even though you was not consciously aware of a lot of things on a spiritual level. She did not understand how it was possible that the things that she was doing against you with her spiritual understanding, to a small degree now, because this was textbook stuff that she was working with. This was Google that she was working with when I'm talking about with this spell work that she was doing, because she didn't have no natural gifts, okay? This karmic sister did not understand how, even once she started to elicit the assistance of other people to work up against you and to work this spell work or whatever it is they was trying to conjure up against you, how in the hell did it not work? How is it possible that you are having more abundance? You are glowing more. Your light is started to shine brighter. Okay. How is it possible that you have an overflow of abundance to where you can actually share it with others? How is this possible? And so because of this, look at that. The exhaustion card is right behind this. This karmic sister is going through hell and back. And you see how all of these hands are here? These are the hands of demons. All of these dark clouds. This card says guilt. This karmic sister is screaming in agony. She is being tortured and tormented by those same demons that she conjured up against you. She should not have been playing with that stuff. You see what I'm saying? Only the chosen can use the spiritual realm as a way of alchemizing and transmuting energy, because we have been given the authority to do it, because we use it from a space of integrity to shift the energy. You see what I'm saying? We use it to help heal people, to enlighten people, to bring down the powers that were, to break generational curses, to heal ourselves, to transform ourselves and our offspring. We use the spiritual realm and working with the elements and things from a space of love and light. This karmic sister misused and abused the spiritual realm, but she was working with the underworld. Okay, she was working with the low vibrational ancestors, the low vibrational entities. This is what she was doing. And now every last one of them are attacking her because they realize that they cannot feed off of your energy. They realize that you have awakened to your power and who you are in the spiritual realm. And once you awaken to who you are, these low vibrational entities have to take a back seat. They have to bow down in your presence because they recognize that you are a child of the Most High Mother and Father. And so that spark of light is too bright for these entities to attack you anymore. And so now they're going back to the source. They have to go to the source. And so your karmic sister is being attacked. She might be having nightmares. I feel like she's going through mental anguish. I feel like she's going through mental disturbance, okay, where she could literally be clinically diagnosed with mental disorder. This karmic sister is going through it, y'all. I'm telling you, and she's feeling very, very guilty because now she has exhausted all possibilities for herself. This card says exhaustion. Things are not moving anymore. She can no longer operate from that representative anymore. All of these cards that represent the karmic sister, every person in these cards looks very weakened. Okay, they look very pale. They look very just very dusty and musty and crusty, like my kids say, dusty, musty, and crusty. Okay, this karmic sister is not looking good at all, y'all. If you were to see her today, you would be able to visibly see in her physical appearance just how dim. It's like when you can see a person's auric field, you can see their glow, right? This karmic sister is the exact opposite of that, where she just looks like there's nothing but dark clouds that's hovering over her, like her auric field is completely blackened. Okay, that's how this karmic sister looks. And all she can do at this point is try to drain the energies of other people that's in her life, but even they are getting tired of her. Even, let's just say, if this karmic sister is married, or if this karmic sister has a partner or whatnot, they are even becoming exhausted with her shenanigans and her antics because they're starting to realize just how wicked and evil this person is. And so this karmic sister she's about to end up alone. If she's not already alone, this karmic sister is getting ready to end up alone. And this is what's making her feel even more guilty, because I think she knows that because your light is shining. You remember, we're going back to the story of Cinderella. Cinderella ended up having that fairy godmother. That fairy godmother in that movie is the depiction of your spiritual team that came around and that said, no, you have a divine partnership that's out here. You have a divine masculine that's out here, and he is looking for you. And so I'm going to bring you out of these shackles and this basement that this karmic sister has placed you in on a spiritual level, though. And I'm going to, I'm going to awaken your beauty. I'm going to dress you up. I'm going to shine some light on you so that your divine masculine is able to see you, so that he can see your light, so that he can recognize you as being his queen, his goddess. Okay. This karmic sister knows that it's your time. She knows that you're getting ready to come into union with your person, and she hates it because she's getting ready to spend the rest of her life alone. And if it's not alone, she's going to spend it with a very miserable individual that's not growing either. It's like both of them are just going to be karmic and toxic to one another because they deserve each other. Okay. And so this is going to be her fate: in ill health, mentally ill, physically ill, financially burdened. Okay. Constantly having to try to overcome one huge mountain after another. But this is what she called to herself. Okay. And so many of you are coming into union with your divine masculine as a result of this. Many of you are coming into union with your purpose, to where you're able to share your gifts with the world. It's so many different beautiful things. Your abundance is coming in, your harvest is coming in, and there's an overflow of that to the point where you can help others in different ways. Okay. Look at that. It says, we are the world. You're coming into union with your tribe, okay? You taking the leap of faith away from this karmic family, specifically this karmic sister, though, for this message. You taking a leap of faith away from her has actually allowed you to grab hands with others who have been chosen with the divine calling, okay? And so we are the world. This is that energy of you. Look at that. Oh my goodness. The card of understanding is coming out here because you decided to fly out of this cage that these karmic sisters had placed you in, just like Cinderella was placed in that cage, always tucked away, hidden away, locked away. But only she had, but see, that's the thing. Like I said, this karmic sister wanted your destiny, but she could never fit her feet into your shoes. You understand? She could never fit her feet into your shoes. That glass slipper that Cinderella lost in the movie could only fit her. It was specifically created and crafted for her. And I'm telling you, I'm going to go back and watch this movie with my kids later on because there's so many spiritual symbols in there when it comes to the divine feminine, the chosen. You all know good and well, let's just say you were a size 8. It's millions of people out here to wear a size 8. In the movie Cinderella, she lost that glass slipper at the stroke of 12. She had to get back to her karmic life, right? Because at that point, her divine masculine had to come and find her. That was his position. That was a part of his spiritual journey, was to find his divine feminine. She lost that glass slipper. Of course, Cinderella had a certain size foot, but you best believe there was other people in that community that had the same size shoe. That wore the same size shoe, but only she could fit that glass slipper because this purpose, this destiny, this divine union is only for you and your divine partner. Whatever your purpose is has been shaped and crafted specifically for you. There's a spiritual, energetic signature that is placed on that thing that no one, I don't care how much spell work, how much dark magic, how much evil eye, how much they try to take on your destiny, they cannot fit the energy. The energy does not match their frequency. And so they tried that glass slipper on everybody in the community and not one person could fit it except for Cinderella. It was orchestrated.
I told you that energy something else. You can't pretend. You can't play. You're going to have to either shake and bake. You can't pretend and ride no coattails or create no kind of stories and fool people and all that. Your tail gonna be showing. Play with it. It's gotta be work. You gotta actually do the work. Yeah.
That way by the Most High Mother and Father, that no one could clone you. No one can do what you do. Okay? No matter how hard they try. And so you released yourself from that cage that this karmic sister tried to place you in. And because of that, you go and join forces with others who have also released themselves with your other chosen seeds, okay? You have found your inner peace. That's why you have the dove here. You have purified your energy. You know who you are. You're too balanced internally for this karmic sister to be able to work up against you. The energies are polar opposites, okay? That's what I'm seeing here.
Ooh, did y'all hear that? She said you have cleansed. That's what I was saying on my live about the one with the Mama Water picture on it. The one that I did just the video that I did just a day ago. The one about Big Mama changes his Judge Mathis, unconditional love. The unknown. You see, I'm talking about that's the free man. That's the free man, the unknown. The spiral. I'm talking about the spiral. The nature in alignment with nature, the circle that's ever changing. The unknown. See, I got Judge Mathis, Big Mama changes here, unconditional love, friends, unknown, uncomfortable conversations. Yes. And then on that other live where I had up there where I was talking about me being on the Judge Mathis show, being taken on the Judge Mathis show and sued for defamation, I'm talking about I got the Holy Ghost up there. And then on the end of that reading that I did for the Divine Masculine on Father's Day, it's talking about the Kundalini energy, that feminine energy, the Kundalini, the Holy Spirit. So yeah, I'm not playing no games out here.
You're seeing beyond the illusion now. You have gone through a major transformation. You was that butterfly. You went into that cocoon. You isolated yourself for good reason because you was transforming up in there. And now you come out as the butterfly. Your spiritual eyes are very much so open. Your spiritual gifts are extremely heightened at this point. You see beyond the illusion of everything, including the illusion that this karmic sister tried to bring into your life. You see her spiritually now. You ain't looking at her physically. You see her spiritual energy. And this is why you knew that you had to release her and move on, okay? And so you have here receptivity. I told you, y'all are very sensitive to energy. Receptivity. The Most High has granted you where your entire vessel.
Didn't I just say up there on the live just a day ago, I read energy? It's all in my description. This is way before she did this reading. I'm saying it says that I can read it to you. It says, this is why this is a confirmation. It says, say I have been commissioned. I don't need man's approval. I would take advice, but I read energy. This is the 24 hours ago, like a day ago. It says, I will take advice. It said, I don't need man's approval. I will take advice, but I read energy well. That's what I said in that live a day ago about Judge Mathis, Big Mama, Changes Here, Unconditional Love, the video that I released and did. And the views been pretty decent on that too, you know. Cause I'm letting myself be a vessel. She said she's confirming this. She's confirming what I said.
Your entire vessel is a
Listen.
You have purified your energy. You know who you are. You're too balanced internally for this karmic system to be able to work up against you. The energies are polar opposites, okay? That's what I'm seeing here. You're seeing beyond the illusion now. You have gone through a major transformation. You was that butterfly. You went into that cocoon. You isolated yourself for good reason because you was transforming up in there. And now you come out as the butterfly. Your spiritual eyes are very much so open. Your spiritual gifts are extremely heightened at this point. You see beyond the illusion of everything, including the illusion that this karmic sister tried to bring into your life. You see her spiritually now. You ain't looking at her physically. You see her spiritual energy. And this is why you knew that you had to release her and move on, okay? And so you have here receptivity. I told you, y'all are very sensitive to energy. Receptivity. The Most High has granted you where your entire vessel is a, what do you call it? Like I can't even think of the right term, but it's like you take on the spiritual messages and the spiritual uploads because your vessel has been created for just that. So all of these spiritual gifts that are supposed to come through, they are coming through loud and clear. Okay. This is the Kundalini energy here that has been awakened. There's nothing that can hold you back because you are completely transparent in your energy. You are completely free with who you are. You're open about who you are. The world knows the light is shining too bright. It's impossible for people to not see it at this point. In this time, in the age of Aquarius, every person who has a chosen seed, who has awakened, who has gone through the transformation, the light that you exude, you ain't got to say nothing. You walk into a room and it's very clear who you are. Okay. And so this is why it can be very intimidating, but very fascinating at the same time. Look at this, because you had the courage to be you. You had the courage to be different. You had the courage to overcome all of these rocks and these hard places that you had to grow through in order to shine like this. You overcame them. That karmic sister wanted you to stay underneath the concrete. She never wanted anybody to see you. And so she tried to push you far, far away into the darkness so that she could be the one that was standing in the light. But everything backfired. It has backfired tremendously on this karmic sister. So I'm going to pull one more card. I'm happy to see that many of you goddesses and divine feminine out there have stepped into your power and released these unhealthy relationships with these karmic sisters. Now, this karmic sister is lazy. They have to try and pretend that life is good when in fact it's not. They're out of shape. Okay, they're unhappy. This person has a drink in their hand. They might have addictions that they're dealing with at this point, trying to numb themselves out because surrounding this person is a bunch of broken glass.
Remember when I said that I don't have to drink anymore or use recreational marijuana and all that stuff. I was saying how I'm set free from that. Even when I went on the Judge Mathis show the last time, I was on about 3 or 4 different uh, medications that the shrink had prescribed me with to be able to handle depression. And oh man, being up too high and being too excited and being too low, and the uppers and the down. I mean, I was on like about 3 or 4 prescriptions that I had just saw the shrink about, like depression, anxiety, and all kind of mess. So I was so sedated before I went on the Judge Mathis show. We was eating at a 5-star restaurant, me and my mother, and I was falling asleep in my food. I had something to go on the airplane, something to deal with my ex, and something to deal with my mama, something to deal with the depression. So I was like on like a few medications, even as you see me on the show, I was balanced out, but I was on some stuff, medication, prescribed prescriptions or whatever. So I'm at this point where I've done the work. I'm still a work in progress. I'm not where I should be, but I'm definitely not where I used to be. So by me grounding with nature, facing myself, and meeting that little girl at the place she was, and doing the work, and getting off the grid, and isolating myself, and getting out of the lower self of the desires of the lust of the flesh, which I call, it's they call it sin, but it's really you falling too low into your beast nature of the human desires of wanting sex and food and what feel good, what look good. I have balanced all that out and done my work. I'm still, like I said, I still got a ways to go, but I'm not where I used to be. Honey, all of that, like I said on that live that I did a day ago, you think I'm doing that out here playing to be up here mad with some ex? No, no.
They realize that their reality is that life is just very unhappy, and they're trying to pretend that they're comfortable when in fact they're not. They're trying to unsee, trying to blind themselves to what has happened here, but they know they have to take a back seat now. This karmic sister knows that she can no longer touch you. She can't work up against you. And at this point, she's so aware of who you are, because at first I think she was in denial about the fact that you was a chosen seed, but at this point she knows who you are, and so she knows that she can no longer, it almost feels like she's decided to surrender, to no longer trying to work up against you, even when it comes to spell work and dark magic. And a lot of those people, yeah, I told you, awareness. She knows who the hell you are. Okay, you're no longer in the shadows anymore. You're no longer fearful. You're not afraid anymore. This is a person that's walking through flames. Y'all can't see that very well, but that's a person that's walking through flames. She knows that you're fearless and that you're divinely protected, and that every time she tried to set your life on fire, every time she tried to elicit fear within you, every time she tried to conjure up things to keep you, to place you back in them shadows, she knows that it was ineffective. It was not working. And so because you are no longer fearless, because you've stepped into your fire, and because you boldly walk through those flames and you have come out as a diamond on the other side, this karmic sister is now afraid of you, because she knows that you have a very strong divine protection, okay, to everything that is. This says integration. You have balanced your yin and your yang, okay? You flying like the eagle out here. You are graceful as the swan. You've balanced your masculine and feminine energy. You actually recognize that there is a light and dark side that you can exist on, but you've chosen the light. So this karmic sister, it's almost like she was, you know how there's a polarity to everything? Man, I just got a message. I feel like this is going to be a whole nother message in and of itself. God, dog, that was deep. There's a polarity to everything. And because even though y'all came through the same bloodline, when you're talking about generational curses, there's always somebody that's born into darkness that is spring forward from darkness, and there's someone that springs forward from light. And in order for your generation, it's like it came down to you and this karmic sister. Literally, your generation and the forward movement for those offspring that come through that line came down to you and your karmic sister. Either the darkness was going to win or the light was going to win. And because you overcame everything that this karmic sister tried to do against you, your generations moving forward have now been broken free. The chains have been broken so that you don't have to continue to go through those karmic cycles and those battles with the powers that were anymore. You came through and broke some major curses, and now you are being celebrated in the spiritual realm. You are being celebrated from people in high places. The Most High has raised you up because this goes way beyond you. This is deeper than you. It came down to literally, if you're
I seen this. I be lucid dreaming. I have lucid dreams, especially when I don't eat, and I'm fasting and stuff like that. Which I try to do that often. I have fell off the boat for some time, but then I had to get back on. I had to get back into it. I had to balance it out because this food is so good where I'm at. You'll be gluttonous and into my 600-pound life in no time. So I had to get disciplined over that because I like good food. I know how to cook it, and I like to eat good food, and I like a diversity. I've always introduced myself and my children to a diversity of different cultures of food, so they know how to eat. And I can cook. Like my son, he's like, you can cook mostly anything. I cook Japanese, all type Chinese, Italian, Indian, even make Indian food, Jamaican. The only thing I probably ain't cooked a lot of, is African food, but I do make some dishes, But I do Jamaican mm, and especially Spanish, Spanish food, Mexican food, and stuff like that. So yes, I do a lot of different cultures and varieties of food, honey. Yes, so and I try to keep a diversity of people that I actually relate to and stuff, not just dealing with my people that look like me, a diversify, and that's the area that I love my people, I do, but sometimes it seems like Lord, it just seemed like they don't let the system ruin them so bad. Sometimes you can't deal with them or work with them. It just seemed like they done made them into some of them, not everybody, but a lot of them seem like it's just. I wish the best, but I just wonder like, yeah, it seemed like they let this system beat them down and just make them into the Walking Dead. Some of them just zombies. I don't know. So I mean, I've always been like that though. And if it ain't no diversity in the area, it's something wrong. It's yeah, cause that's how the world's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be diversified, but at the same time, even with diversity, is indigenous person, the reputation and stuff so bad. Not only do the media demonize indigenous black people, also some of us do so much stupid shit until they looking at you like you just like the rest of the walking the I am legend people, and everybody not like that, and it's sad. So I just wanted to say that a little bit, and then I'm gonna play this because it's a great.
Her karmic sister would have won, which it wasn't destined for her to win. But if she would have won, that would have been generations and generations of your offspring and every offspring that came through y'all's lineage that will continue on a very negative karmic cycle of slavery and entrapment, okay, poverty, unhealthy connections, mental illness. All of that stuff would have continued. Imprisonment, violence. I mean, it would have continued for generations. But because you overcame literally in the age of Aquarius, it came down to the light versus the dark. Are you going to rise into your divinity? Are you going to step into your calling? Are you going to awaken and break those cycles? And you made the decision. You chose to say yes. You took the call. This is deep, y'all. We're gonna follow up on this message because I know the Most High has granted me more messages in regards to that. That is deep. But this is the message, y'all. I'm gonna pull one more card from my other deck and we're gonna close out. We're going to close out, but this karmic sister, she lost here. She lost and you have won, okay? So look at that. I have never looked back. That's the last message here. Never look back. This karmic sister, more than likely, she's going to try to come back into your energy because she sees you rising and she's always trying to mooch off of others' energy or finances or whatnot, but never look back. Never look back. You can love a person from a distance. You can send them hope that they heal because in the next lifetime, she now has a chance because of you breaking a generational cycle. She has a chance, but ultimately it is up to her as to whether or not she's going to take advantage of the opportunity that she has to heal. You did it, y'all. Y'all did it out there. I'm so proud of everybody that has broken these generational cycles. On the bottom of the deck, I have the Two of Cups, and I didn't even use this deck, okay? I have the Two of Cups here, which shows me that you're going to come into union with your soulmate, with your divine partner, just like Cinderella did in the movie. So you're going to live in that royalty. Everything that is divinely yours, you receive. So I love you all, and please like and subscribe to my channel. If you want a private reading, if you want to order any of my services, reach out, and I'll talk to you all next time.
All right, everyone. Y'all see that? She did a great reading. I listen to her. I follow her, and I do um the collective and chosen ones manifestations that she has and stuff that she one of her manifestations was about the stuff that they're doing to the chosen, may it not work, and we had to get a candle and all that kind of stuff, and I did it, and wrote it in Latin. Not only did I write it, I wrote it in Latin and stuff. I did it in Latin because it's they say that that's what the spiritual world, they know that language with Latin. Yes, I study different languages and stuff. I may not speak all of them fluently, but I can recognize some stuff. Even the Hebrew, um, when I was studying the Kabbalah and stuff like that. And this is how I say one of my kids' names, and he is Yahshua. You gotta talk with your throat, not your throat, but your throat. That's how they say you gotta make your throat chakra vibrate with that Hebrew language. Yahshua. You gotta talk like that when you speak in the real Hebrew, because that's how we used to talk, and that would balance out our chakras, and the vibrations would go in the ethers, and it would be heard by the spiritual realm because they got our language now. The English is alphabet, alpha, beta, all that. It's not high vibrational sounds we're sending out and stuff like that. So yeah, well, yeah, this is a confirmation. Thank you for the out to the replay game. Y'all comment and stuff. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate y'all support, and thank you for supporting Mayat's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. I know a lot of people was working and or they home or they busy doing, but I know y'all will look at this later on, and I appreciate all the support. Like I said, this was definitely how long I've been up here. This was definitely a good reading, and it was in alignment with what I have been experiencing, everyone. And I know if I'm experiencing this, the collective and the chosen ones are experiencing the same thing. And y'all, we gonna be all right. No weapon formed against us. They they might form, but they won't prosper. And whatever somebody send out to you and stuff, and they keep trying to come, and you got right intentions, it's gonna go back to them worse. And all that going behind your back, trying to gather up the people that they think gonna conspire against you and stuff. Them people tired now. They done been whipped like hell, cause they know this is bigger than me and bigger than them. They not, yeah, they already know the deal. They tired. So I'm not worried about that. I mean, I'm not worried about no double jeopardy stuff when I'm trying to educate and help the chosen ones in the collective, so they won't make the same mistakes that I made. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody take it personally, they need to get out of their feelings, because it's not about you, and it's not about them, and it's not about me. It's about me being used as a vessel to help the chosen ones and help the collective, so that we can make better choices. I mean, this is it's really it's too much done went on. This is what I did with my own family. I got in there and got my spiritual mop and broom, and I'm trying now to use those tactics to help the collective and the community and society, so that we can ascend from the Lord animal natures. Some stuff just not is unacceptable. It's not going to be accepted in the new heaven and the new earth. When I'm talking about the heaven that's on earth that we are creating and building, that the matriarch is coming into power to rule again. We're not dealing with that mess. It's over for that. It's over for that. It's over for the abuse of power. It's over for that partiality. It's over for that Cinderella mess. Everybody gonna be treated fairly. Everybody gonna be treated decent, like a person. You know what I'm saying? Balance. I'm not saying that like it's gonna be a perfect world, but it's gonna be more. It's gonna be a more balanced system and stuff like that, where we're just not at the top eating all the people. We are my brothers and my sisters keeper, and we're gonna get this stuff out of the society that's hurting the children, hurting the men, hurting the women, all these oppression and divide and conquering, this brainwashing of making us think that we got to step on certain. The woman got to rule the man got to. No, we got to have balance. Everybody got to walk in order. I mean, if you a servant, then that's what you do. Do what you do. If you a leader, then lead. If you a servant, then be a servant. Be good at what you do. Don't go chasing waterfalls. Please stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. And don't get in Big Mama way, because she's very loving energy, but she's very vicious too. And this is Moon Goddess 777 coming at you on this Wednesday, sending out healing, balance, wholeness, oneness, protection, ascension, unconditional love to you. Support our organization, Mayat's Temple of Healing and Unconditional Love. If you want to contact us, it's Mayat's Temple 777 at gmail.com. Cash App, $ MG777WUGGAG. Thank you. And like I said, come into the replay and comment. And thank you for your support. And thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing.